challenges, in our opinion, seem to have overwhelmed our security institutions.
The governors are supposed to be the state security officers of their state.
There is need for us to at least engage the traditional rulers.
We need to do something about our porous borders.
We have to own it from the unit level to the ward level to the local government to state.
Mr. President, the importance of today for us is for us to take action.
Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
The results: yes 44, no 43, abstain 1, total 88. This bill has failed.
Women's quest for political emancipation suffers another setback as Senate votes on constitutional amendment bills.
An institute for risk management is therefore a worthwhile body.
And Senate makes case for the establishment of a risk management institute in Nigeria. Hello and welcome to another episode of Inside the Senate. I am Hussaina Amina Aboki, your anchor. The Senate last week voted on the 68 bills slated for amendment in the Constitution Review exercise. How the process went, alongside other decisions taken during plenary, shall be the focus of our program. We also have reports on public hearings organized by Senate committees to collate input on 3 bills before it. Details of these alongside our regular segment of Notebook and Profile complete our package for the week. Join me after this short break for the full program. Please stay tuned.
The Senate will send a message to the President
to reap opportunities from that.
To raise a matter of urgent public importance.
And we are aware that when this particular motion comes up,
for a longer term development, arise to second the motion.
Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Welcome back. The Senate on Tuesday, the 1st of March 2022, considered and voted on the report of the Committee on Constitution Review on the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 5th Alteration Bill 2022. Senate President Ahmad Lawan kick-started the plenary with an address to his colleagues where he urged them to rise up to the challenge before them.
Whatever other additional arrangements we can make to ensure that we do this today, we do it. Nigerians trust us. That was why they voted us to be here.
This was followed by a motion for the commencement of the exercise moved by the Deputy Senate President, who is also the committee chairman.
The committee is profoundly grateful to the leadership of the Senate and our colleagues for their constructive engagement with the committee and ensuring the active participation of their constituents throughout the process.
Following this, the senators voted on the bills electronically, with the outcome showing approval for the following bills slated for amendments. Financial autonomy for local governments, financial autonomy for local government administration, financial autonomy for state legislature, independent candidacy, time frame for the presentation of ministerial and commissionership nominees, powers to summon the president and governors, separation of the office of the Attorney General of the Federation from that of the Minister of Justice, membership of the Federal Security Council to include presiding officers of the National Assembly, establishment of State Security Council, timeline for the presentation of appropriation bills, timeline for the conduct of population census, entrenchment of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps in the Constitution. Some of the bills, however, did not scale voting. They included life pension for presiding officers of the legislature, special seats for women in the state and federal legislatures, affirmative action for women in political parties administration, inclusion of value-added tax on the exclusive legislative list, expansion of the scope of executive immunity, termination of tenure on account of change of political party, diaspora voting, mayoral status for FCT, appointment of minister from FCT, role for traditional rulers and institutions, 10% allocation of ministerial and commissionership positions to women, and judicial reform. After the voting process, the Deputy Senate President, alongside other senators, made a case for the reconsideration of the judiciary reform and traditional institutions bills, all of which failed Senate approval.
This bill, Mr. President, addresses, among several things, the issue of the review, the periodic review, Mr. President, of the salaries and wages of our judges. I want to appeal to our colleagues to take a second look at this very bill.
There is a need for us to revisit critical issues. And then the idea of traditional rulers' role.
Senators responded.
We all have positions on bills that were not passed. And I don't think it is fair to go back to any of these bills for any reason at all.
We can't just take a decision now and then go and start reversing ourselves. The public is watching us.
I'm really of the opinion that what we have done stays, and please, let us all embrace the outcome as statesmen and wait for the future to do whatever we want to do.
With this, all the bills approved were read a third time and passed. We will now take a break to open the Senate notebook. Please stay tuned.
Legislative Chamber is a revered hall used by parliamentarians across the world to enact laws, deliberate on issues and problems of constituents with a view to proffering solutions. It is a stage where legislative deliberations and actions are taken by the representatives of the people to address the yearnings and aspirations of the citizenry. Legislators are protected from prosecution on account of remarks made in the chamber.
The only way out of the pandemic is for the population to observe the recommended measures advised by the NCDC. The Senate Committees on Health and Primary Health Care and Communicable Diseases will continue to engage with the Federal Ministry of Health and the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19.
Welcome back from that break. Aside constitution review, the Senate attended to other matters during plenary, taking far-reaching decisions. For details from plenary proceedings, let's take this report as compiled and presented from our studios.
Letter from Mr. President.
President Muhammadu Buhari, in a letter to the Senate on Tuesday, 1st March 2022, called for the reconsideration of Section 84, subsection 12 of the recently signed Electoral Act having to do with the resignation of political appointee before parties' primaries. The request came under the title Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2022, Matters Arising.
Section 84, subsection 12 of the Act constitutes a disenfranchisement of serving political office holders from voting or being voted for at conventions or congresses of any political party for the purpose of nomination of candidates for any election in cases where it holds earlier than 30 days to the election.
As a result, the President called for an outright deletion of the section from the newly signed Electoral Act.
Your Excellency, notice of my inevitable resignation from the Senate.
The Senate also received a letter from Senator Hassan Muhammad Guzau, representing Zamfara Central Senatorial District, announcing his decision to take up an appointment as Deputy Governor of Zamfara State.
This unusual decision by implication warrants that I have to vacate my seat in this hallowed chamber as they consider me fit and able to serve them better as the Deputy Governor of a beloved state at this material time. I thank you most graciously for the quality time serving my constituents and Nigerians under your able and proactive leadership. Yours sincerely, Senator Hassan Mohammed Gusau.
Meanwhile, the Senate on Wednesday, the 2nd of March 2022, read for the second time President Muhammadu Buhari's request for the amendment of the 2022 budget to provide for the sum of 106.161 billion naira as capital expenditure, as well as 43.870 billion naira as recurrent expenditure to address the following: funding to cushion the impact of the suspended petrol subsidy, restoring the provision used for key capital projects replicated in the 2022 budget to ensure that projects nearing completion do not suffer lack of funding, provide funding for police formation allowances. After debates in support of the bill, it was referred to the Committee on Appropriation to report back as soon as possible. Same Wednesday, a motion seeking to address the effect of toxic matters injurious to the human health in Rivers State was presented by Senator George Sekibo. In the motion, which came with the title "Curbing Suits Particulates Droppings, Health Hazards Concerns and Economic Sabotage by Illegal Refinery of Crude Products in Rivers State," the sponsor alleged that the droppings, which are suspected to be after effects of incomplete crude refining process, are accompanied with health hazards.
Recent outbreak of difficulty in breathing caused by congestion of nasal tracts of many residents in Rivers State could be linked to this epidemic. This may also be the cause of recent causes of death with addressable ailment in many towns in Rivers State.
This is high time that Rivers State should think of using the locals to fight this war. This is not a war a stranger can fight. This is a war that the locals, those people who participate in that immediate environment, should cooperate with government to ensure that this menace of illegal refineries should come to a stop.
One of the resolutions adopted was to urge Mr. President to note that there is an impending environmental danger in Rivers State, orchestrated by miscreants who are engaged in illegal refining and looting of national crude oil assets.
Welcome back. Risk management is a process that permeates all the dimensions of life, with more emphasis on public expenditure in governance. Recently, the Senate Committee on Establishment and Public Service held a public hearing on the Chartered Risk Management Institute of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2022. For details of the hearing and other reports from the committee rooms, let's take this report as presented from our studio.
I will be reading His Excellency's speech.
Senator Ahmed Lawan declared the hearing open. He was represented by the Deputy Minority Whip of the Senate, Senator Ibrahim Abdullahi Dambaba.
An institute for risk management is therefore a worthwhile body if we evaluate all the sides to it. The evaluation simply means examining possibilities of its value and efficacy. I am confident we have the right expertise in attendance today to help do this examination.
Earlier in a welcome address, the committee chairman, Senator Ibrahim Shekarau, gave clarifications on the legislation up for discussion and called on stakeholders to make contributions.
It is an act to establish Chartered Risk Management Institute of Nigeria. And I'm sure all of you that are here have submitted, most of you have submitted through their institutions and respective agencies, written documents, written memos. Feel free to express your opinion, because that's what we want. We want to make sure anything that is established as an institution will carry the support of majority of Nigerians.
Senator Biodun Olujimi promised action by the committee to ensure the outcome of a report that would be beneficial to all.
We will do justice to this public hearing, and that at the end of it all we'll be able to bring proper documents for the enactment of the Risk Management Institute of Nigeria.
Sponsor of the bill acknowledged that the Chartered Risk Management Institute of Nigeria, when established, would complement the efforts of the Risk Management Association of Nigeria (RIMAN) at establishing an excellent risk management practice in Nigeria. with a view to avoiding the various banking crises as well as corporate collapse of the non-financial sector of the past.
This, more than ever before, reinforces the need to have a well-organized, thoroughly comprehensive institute saddled with the professionalizing risk management and raising professionals that will be involved in the process of managing risk while deploying modern and up-to-date techniques and methods.
This paved the way for input from stakeholders who spoke on the economic benefits of the bill to Nigeria if passed.
It will help a lot in de-risking our businesses. It will help a lot in putting confidence and investment projects and a further request, especially from foreign investors. It will attract more confidence to our economy. If this bill is passed to law, it's going to improve our rating as a country, and the cost of funding from foreign investors will become much more cheaper.
Section 14, subsection 1, the use of the term "a person registered under the bill" may not be correct. The bill is still temporary, and we believe that it's eventually going to be an act. So the word bill in A and B should be changed to what it's supposed to be.
We have a lot of risk practitioners in Nigeria, and we have very good knowledge in that sector actually. So we need this particular act so that those of us that are already in that sector can have a common ground and a common body to relate through.
At the end, the committee promised to compile its finding in a report to be presented to Senate plenary.
Lobby for
The Senate Committee on Basic and Secondary Education also held a public hearing on 2 education-related bills. This was on Monday, the 28th of February 2022. The bills are National Examination Management Commission Bill 2022, sponsored by Senator Kabiru Barkia, as well as Federal Unity Schools Commission Establishment Bill 2022, sponsored by Senator Bima Enegi.
Very distinguished and eminent invited critical stakeholders.
The Senate President, who declared the hearing open, described Unity School System as a homegrown innovation to unite Nigerians. He was represented by the Senate Deputy Whip, Senator Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi.
Let me say that I identify with the aspirations in these 2 bills, but in particular, that of the Federal Unity Schools. Today, we need people who are having diversity in their thinking, diversity in their actions, and you can only get that when you really promote what the Unity Schools are supposed to promote.
In a welcome address, the Vice Chairman of the committee, Senator Akon Eyakenyi, who represented the Chairman, Senator Ibrahim Gaidam, spoke on the objectives of the 2 bills.
The National Examinations Management Commission Bill seeks to establish National Examinations Management Commission, saddled with the responsibility of coordinating and regulating all forms of O-levels examinations being conducted by National Examination Council of Nigeria, NECO, National Business and Technical Examinations Board, NAPTEP, National Board for Arabic and Islamic Studies, while the Federal Government Unity Colleges Bill seeks to establish the Federal Government Unity Schools to make provision for their management, administration, and other related matters.
Sponsor of the National Examination Bill gave its purpose as
to all these, bodies to be under one umbrella. So, but we sat down in the Senate and found that yes, there are many loopholes in conducting all these sort of examinations, and that's why we say, okay, let's see if, of course, we can establish this commission so that all these bodies could be under one umbrella.
The sponsor of the Unity Schools Bill also spoke on the general principles of his bill.
There is no act dealing with the establishment, structure, management, and administration of Unity Schools in the country. Thus, the bill aims to give a legal framework for the establishment, structure, and general administration of unity schools throughout Nigeria.
The Minister of Education, represented by his acting permanent secretary, however, had reservations about the bills.
The introduction of the proposed commission is ill-advised and superfluous. It will only lead to complications and bureaucratic bottlenecks that may affect the smooth conduct of examinations and obstruct operational fluidity and efficiency that currently exists. The Federal Unity Colleges are unique in themselves, and any tampering with it, with its current formation, will be tantamount to defeating the essence of establishment of the colleges. In fact, the whole essence of the bill seems only to clothe the colleges with jurisdic personality, as earlier stated, and this was and is not the purpose of federal government in establishing the FUCs.
Other stakeholders gave their opinions on the bills.
These two sponsors, they have demonstrated clearly that they care for education, and they have demonstrated clearly that they are thinking for this nation. I believe what they need to do is to familiarize themselves with what we have on ground and then see a way through which we can. Definitely, if we do anything towards this side, what they want to achieve, they may not achieve. Rather, it may destroy the original intention of these well-intended bills.
Nigeria today is crumbling under the weight of bureaucracy. A lot of bottlenecks in every ministry. And that is costing us a lot of money. And we are crying there is no money. Yet we want to create another body. We do not support this bill in any form.
NECO only want to add that placing the commission under the presidency is nothing but politicization of the examinations in Nigeria. And it has the characteristics of making it partisan. This is very, very dangerous for this nation.
The Federal Unity Schools Establishment Bill 2021 seeks to monitor and control the unity schools in Nigeria. Now, the primary function of the Secondary School Commission is to control these unity schools, among others, in the country, and also provide intervention to senior secondary schools at the state level. Therefore, establishing a commission with the same functions conflict with the law establishing the Senior Secondary Schools Commission, which has already conferred these functions on it, which was recently, or just 1.5 years ago, was established.
At the end, the vice chairman of the committee rounded up the proceedings with these statements.
We've taken note of all the contributions. You had submitted your memos that we'll also read through line by line. What you've also stated here verbally has been properly recorded. The reports we've gotten, the feedbacks we've gotten is what we will report back to the Senate. We cannot just keep, because it was a responsibility given to us.
Our profile segment is next. Stand by for our Senator of the Week.
Senator Stella Adesoudua represents Anambra North Senatorial District under PDP. After early education at home, she obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting from St. Paul's College, Lawrenceville, as well as a Master of Science degree in administration, all in the United States of America, USA. On her return to Nigeria in 1983, Senator Stella Udua worked with the NNPC before leaving to set up C Petroleum and Gas Company, an independent petroleum marketing company. She joined politics in 2011 and partook in the campaign that brought in former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan as president. She was Minister of Aviation in the administration from 2011 to 2015. She contested to the Senate in the 2015 general elections and won, contested again in 2019 and also won to represent Anambra North Senatorial District. In the Senate, she is Vice Chairman, Senate Committee on Appropriation and member of several other committees. Her legislative interests include education, women and youth development, as well as agriculture.
With this, we come to the end of the program. Thanks for watching and stay safe.